Good day all. I am Dr. T. Arunmozhi, Assistant Professor and Head, Department of Commerce, KCS Kasinadar College of Arts and Science. I welcome you all for the presentation on trend percentage analysis for the subject Management Accounting. It is based on the curriculum of all universities on this subject. Now we move on to the problem. Income statement showing trend percentage for the year ended. Like trend percentage can be prepared in two ways, either in the income statement form or from the balance sheet form. Before going into the problem and the format, what is trend percentage? I have already in my previous videos, I have given you just the gist of what is trend percentage. But anyway, I'll explain once again. Trend refers to any general tendency. Analysis of these general tendencies is called trend analysis. Hope you understood the problem, understood the word of trend, meaning general tendency. Analysis of these general tendencies is called as trend analysis. Like comparative financial statements, trend analysis is also a horizontal type of analysis of financial statements. Under this technique, the profit and loss account and balance sheet of an accounting year are taken as the base. The base year may be the earliest or any intervening year. Normally, the earliest year is reckoned as the base year. Every time in the base year's financial statements is taken as equivalent to 100. All the corresponding figures in the financial statements of the other years are expressed as percentage of their value in the base year's financial statements. The main advantage of trend analysis is that management can more readily study the changes in financial statements between periods by establishing a base year and other years in relation to base year. Hope you understood the meaning of trend analysis. Now I have given you the first format of income statement showing trend percentage for the year ended. I have given you for the gross sales, net sales, less, like you will be given for 3 years. And the percentage you have got to calculate with 100 as the base year. Usually the first year we will take it as suppose the base year is not given, we will take the first year as the base year. Okay. So this is a format of it, how to find out. Gross sales, net sales, less cost of goods sold, you get GP. Then we take into consideration the operating expenses, selling and distribution expenses. With that, we get total operating expenses is treated as B. So operating profit A minus B, we get C. Then we take into non-operating incomes and the total of it goes to D. So total income, that is the operating and the non-operating, C plus D is equal to E. Like that, non-operating expenses, those are loss on sale of machinery, financial expenses, goodwill, preliminary expenses written off, income tax also. So that comes to F. So total net profit E minus F is equal to G. This is the formula how to proceed with the sum. Now we will go with the one problem. How are we going to do with the problem? Like income statement showing trend percentage for the year 2011 and 14. They have given net sales, cost of goods sold, gross profit. Then they have taken operating expenses with the then administration expenses, selling, total operating expenses. We get operating profit and then the net profit. How are we to proceed with the sum? Here we have net sales. I have told you already that 100 should be the base year. So now for net sales alone, 2011, 1000. 2012 950, 2013 1200, 2014 it is 1300. So for first year it should be cumulative. For 1000 it is 100. So for 950 what will be the percentage? How to calculate? So 950 into 100 divided by 1000. You get the percentage as 95. Next, 1200. 1200 into 95 divided by 950. Okay, next we get 1300. 1300 into 120 divided by 950. You get 120. Then 1300 into 120 divided by 1200, you get 130. Hope you understood the net sales of it. Next column we move on to cost of goods sold. For all the 4 years, 600, 589, 696 and 728. So for the first 600, the base year is 100. For the first year, base amount is taken as 100. So next amount, that is 589. 589 into 100 divided by 600, you get 98.16. Hope you understood. I am teaching you once again. The first year is 600. For that, for finding out the cumulative, make it as 100. Then with the second year, 589 into 100 divided by 600, you get 98.16. Now for the second year, 696 into 98.16 divided by 589, you get 116. Now for the next year of 728 into 116 divided by 696, you get 121.33. Same way with the GP, 400, 361, 504, 572. Same way. The first is the base year. For the second year, we are going to find out 361 into 100 divided by 400, you get 90.25. Next, 504 into 90.25 divided by 361, you get 126. Next, 572 into 126 divided by 504, you get 143. Hope you understood till gross profit. If there's any problem, any doubt in it, you can very well send a message. We can clarify it, students. Now we move on to administration expenses. I have taken 30, 7, 10, 20. The first year is the base year. So 100 is the base amount I have taken. Next column 7. 7 into 100 divided by 30, you get 23.33. Next, 10 into 23.33 into 7 is equal to 33.33. 20 into 33.33 divided by 10, you get 66.67. Hope you understood the administration expenses also. Now we move on to selling expenses. It is 70, 90, 100 and 100. So for 70, the base is taken as 100. 90, it is 90 into 100 divided by 70, you get 128.58. Next, 100 into 128.58 divided by 90, you get 142.86. Next, 100 into 142.86 into divided by 100, you get 142.86. Hope you understood with the selling expenses also. Next, total operating expenses B. 100, 97, 110, 120. For 100, the same base we are taking it as 100. For the next year, 97 into 100 divided by 100, you get 97. Next, 110 into 97 divided by 97 is equal to 110. For the next year, 120 into 110 divided by 110, you get 120. Hope you understood the total operating expenses also. Next, with the operating profit, same, that is A minus B. Your A column for the 2011 year, it is 400. For the operating profit, you get 300, right? 400 minus operating expenses, B you get 100, A minus B. 400 minus 100, you get 300. 361 minus 200 and minus 97, you get 264. Then 504 minus 110, you get 394. 572 minus 450 minus 120, you get 452. 100 minus 100, so 2011, that is okay. Next, so you get the net profit as 300, 264, 394, 452, total which comes to 150.67. Hope you understood with the sum how to proceed with that, with the income statement. Now I am showing you the format of fixed asset, that is in the balance sheet form. The previous method we have seen in the with the income statement, right? Now we go on for the balance sheet format. The same format with the assets and liabilities is given. 4 years is given and the 4 years percentage have to be calculated. One sample sum. Till now I was teaching you, but what I would like to as a recapitulation and as a what, have you understood or not? Like I would teach you this sum with the balance sheet method for sales of a stock. For stock I will teach you. For debtors, cash and current liabilities you can work out and come and tell me. Suppose any doubts you can ask me, right? From the balance sheet, extract, compute trend percentages and compute the liquidity position of X Limited. Like they have given us stock value. For how many years? 6 years they have given you. 1,50,000, 1,70,000. You write it in a longitudinal way, right? 1,70,000, 1,90,000, 2,30,000, 2,20,000 and 2 lakh. So always you write it in a longitudinal way. So for 1,50,000, the base year, that is the first year, you take it as 100. For the next column, it is 1,70,000. So to find out the trend percentage, 1,70,000 into 100 divided by 1,50,000, you get 113. For the next year, 1,90,000 into 113 divided by 1,70,000, you get 126. For the next year, 2,30,000 divided into 126 divided by 1,90,000, you get 153. Next, 2,20,000 into 153 divided by 2,30,000, you get 146. Next, 2 lakh into 146 divided by 2,20,000 is equal to 133. This is for the stock alone I have explained. Students, please try with your debtors column, cash and current liabilities. Hope you would complete the sum and any doubts you can ask me again. Shall we conclude this trend percentage? Hope you would understood both the methods of income statement and balance sheet. Thank you, students. We would continue with the next video.